Rooted, a brand new survival game hopefully launching into alpha this year. It is a solo and multiplayer survival game which sees you exploring an ancient, overgrown world full of dangers. We'll be salvaging, building, crafting and hunting whilst trying to survive alone or with friends in an evolving and fascinating post-apocalyptic environment powered by Unreal Engine 5. It is developed and published by Headlight Studios, and they just released their first alpha roadmap. So we're going to check it out today. If you haven't seen anything on Rooted, we have done some previous videos, which will pop up on the cards at the top left, I don't know, somewhere on the screen. So do check them out, and if you are a fan of the game, subscribe to the channel, and drop a like on the video, I greatly appreciate it. We got plenty more Rooted content to come. So on Sunday night, the team posted this to their Twitter page. From day one, we've been committed to transparency in the development of Rooted. Your feedback and engagement have shown us just how much you appreciate the approach, and we're thrilled to continue on this path. And they've also posted a portal to their product board, which is showing all of the pretty much the roadmap for the alpha stages and loads of other stuff. So some people have said that this is another fake game, just like the day before, which, you know, I understand people's skepticism, especially when things go on to Kickstarter. So before we get into the board, there is a message here from the developers. So they are excited to bring the board specifically crafted for the alpha stage. This is your backstage pass into the world of our development team, where you can get an up-close look at our progress as we build towards the alpha launch. Please remember that the content you see here is just a slice of the whole Rooted pie, and we're focusing on presenting you with the elements tied directly to the alpha release. There's still a whole universe of features and content we're keeping under wraps for the final game. Stay tuned, keep exploring, and thank you for joining us on this epic journey. The adventure is just beginning. Thank you, Matteo. I don't know if that's how you say his name. Matteo, Matthew, I don't know. But apologies if I butchered your name there. So, pretty cool. And this here is their alpha timeline. So, pretty much a little bit of a roadmap. So, their to-do list, what they've got in progress, and what they've got ready. So, for alpha part 1, we have the Monastery Experience. Now, the objectives for the Monastery Experience are the validation of the 3C's feedback of global illumination performance, all that other funky stuff, basics of a survival game. So, basics of salvaging, inventory, item management, multiplayer sessions, all that kind of stuff. And hopefully, early 2023 is what they've got on their Kickstarter page, no later than June. But then they have announced for May on their Discord server that the alpha should be available by the end of quarter 2 2023. So they do want to make sure that everything is working out, and they will delay it if they need to. So they've got a big to-do column on the actual game. And when you see no to-do column, that means that the launch is imminent. So for the Monastery, the context of this one is that players will take their first steps into the world of Rooted on a specific map for early access, which will discover the Monastery Point of Interest. So features that will be added during this first alpha session are locomotion system improvements, new animations, new puzzle game items and situations, VoIP, UI improvements, and a lot more is to be added at a later date. So first of all, we are going to continue to go through the Alpha 2, 3 and 4 stages, and then we'll have a little bit of a look at their to-do page and see what they actually have to do, and then what's in progress and what is ready. So for Alpha 2, they want to focus on the survival aspects. So they're going to be adding gardening, hunting and fishing features. Players will be able to test these systems that allow them to feed themselves and survive in a hostile environment. This session will also take place in a dedicated part of the Rooted world, which will be benefiting from numerous resources to facilitate the testing properly. And unfortunately, there's no more features that will be added in this session as of yet. I'm assuming what they're going to do is get Alpha 1 out of the way, and then they'll be adding to the features added section as they continue to progress through the alpha stages. For Alpha 3, they're going to be testing the building sections. So they'll be adding features dedicated to building and crafting, using various workshops to craft your first items, repair objects that you've salvaged, and setting up camps. And then finally, for Alpha Part 4, what they're going to be doing is a major alpha session where we'll be adding features dedicated to armed and unarmed combat. So there'll be weapon animations, 3C, damage management, and death. So I mean, well, that's going to be tough. So for this section, players will be evolving on a specific map, which will discover gunfight abilities. The map will include targets, AI, and not so friendly fire. So overall, the alpha timeline is It's a relatively long one. Whether we'll actually see things like this year, I'm not 100% sure, especially when we look at the to-do list, but we'll go over that in just a second. Now, I am skeptical about Rooted. It does look good. It sounds absolutely amazing, and you know what they say, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. But hopefully I'm wrong in that one, because it does look like an absolutely brilliant game. And so far, the progress that the team have made has been absolutely brilliant. So in the progress section, they've got quite a few things here, as you can see, which all basic fundamentals from what I can gather. Obviously, full controller support, brilliant one. Everybody loves controller support, especially I just think certain people, I myself, keyboard and mouse guy all the way, but I know a lot of people that play with controller on their PC, which understand it, completely. And then the to-do list. So when this to-do list is finished, this is when we'll see a launch into the actual alpha first stage. And there is a hell of a lot of stuff on this list. So, not 100% sure whether we'll be seeing it in Q2. Hopefully we do, though. But we've got specific animations, motion capture recording, which they've already done one motion capture recording session already, text and proximity chat systems, the monastery's kitchen, the monastery's rooms, post-apocalyptic layer, light and post-processing. They want a Discord, rich presence, and Steam friends. And then down at the bottom, we've finally got footstep sounds and ambient sounds, which... obviously, all of those pretty self-explanatory. And then finally, for Alpha 1.0 ready. There's a lot of stuff here which is done, which I really quite like the look of all of this stuff. But there's not that much, I don't think. I'm not 100% sure what has to be on this page or what you get to see, whether the inner workings of the game. We've seen a couple of little things, obviously trailers, very misleading though they can be in certain terms. But still, it looks good. And then what they've got ready, obviously the motion capture recording, character stuff. I don't know what any of this is. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a tech guy at all. But loads of environmental features are sorted and ready to go. Obviously, drone land pads are going to be a big one because there's a big emphasis on the military having the drones and all of that kind of stuff. And then we've got core multiplayer systems. It's a good job that that's done because multiplayer, from what I've seen and what I've heard, is a very difficult thing to actually add into a game. And then tools, flyers for generators, procedural fence generator, and procedural wall generator. So there's a lot there that is already alpha ready. If you do want to check out the product board that has been made up, then the link will be in the description down below. Some really cool stuff on there. Absolutely love it. Hopefully the game is everything that we're all hoping it will be, and it's not just a day before and an elaborate faking, should we say. But I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. I don't think it's that bad. They could launch in a dead matter fashion, but from what we've seen so far, looks brilliant. Team seem very dedicated and very transparent, which is absolutely brilliant and was nothing along the lines of the Dead Matter team. So quite excited for this one and the progress that we'll be seeing over the coming months. And hopefully in 3 to 6 months' time, we'll be seeing an actual launched alpha and some really featured gameplay and some solid stuff. For now, though, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap that one up there. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and stick around for much more survival content. We cover survival games here daily, and we'll be checking out the progress of Rooted regularly. I've been Wyatt, you guys have been awesome. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.